Get out of here.
I sold plasma, you know what I'm saying? Like, I sold plasma, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. When you say you sold plasma.
Plasma.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Hold on. Because this was the part of the story. And I turned around, I looked at the phone, I was like,
hey, yo.
I was like, yo, you sold what?
Yeah.
What you sold?
Do what you gotta do,
So
man.
you were selling your blood, right?
Yeah,
And they told me,
yo.
nah, I'm gonna call it out. You know what I'm saying? The cameras, bro.
Yeah. Hey, shit is
This is an innocent story to me.
Yeah, shit was.
You selling your blood, and they said, yo, you can't sell no more.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Jesus.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
So then they said, yo, we got another option for you.
Yeah.
Yo. You know, we'll take the.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a little bit more for it. They gave me a little bit more for it. You know what I'm saying?
What? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but listen, I got my plane ticket though.
Yeah. You got the plane?
Yeah, that
So I got my plane ticket though, all right?
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got is the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm rock with you niggas.
You mad?
Yo, your father needs to write a book already, bro.
I'm doing
I swear, every episode is like 3 father quotes that come out of this nigga. I'm like, yo,
listen,
that's some good shit.
He didn't talk a lot, so when he did,
yeah, he said
I was really paying attention. And it was always something he really wanted me to know. It's just funny how that shit floats back years and years later, minding your own business.
Niggas be calling cap on you, you know that, right?
I give a fuck.
And be like, yo, that shit that Mecca said about his dad, that's a meme. He front.
That shit was Weak Man, Strong Man. Joe Rogan posted that shit the other day.
And the Scooby-Doo, all the monsters are human.
Yeah, that shit cracked me up. I actually saw that meme. That one cracked me up. It's not my, listen. Listen. First of all, I never told you, I can't sit here and tell you that my father invented all the shit he told me.
Right.
He just passed me shit that he knew was a smart thing to fucking tell me. Now these niggas in the comments ain't got no fathers. It's not my fault. It's not my fault your father wasn't there to pass on smart shit to you. I never said he invented everything he told me. He just knew some smart shit to say. And I was like, okay, great. He wasn't the only one. Like, get the fuck out of here. You mad because your father ain't tell you shit? Like, you get pissed at me.
You going to that Bone Thugs thing? That's tomorrow, right? Yeah,
they on this project too, though.
They on the project too.
Album on for them.
Yeah, the Bone Brothers.
Yeah, they gonna be on this soundtrack too.
Hammerstein, they done got kicked out the Barclays, kicked out of Madison Square Garden. Now they at the Hammerstein. People keep rushing the doors.
Niggas got a cult following, that's why. Their following is
not just that, but it's the Versus thing is kind of like, it's removing the ageism on hip hop. Yeah. It's like, this ain't old music, it's classic music now. You know what I mean? It can get played again. It gets a new life. The boost on streaming is like 200%.
Yeah.
For everybody that's a part of that shit.
Yeah, my numbers went up crazy on the royalties. Oh my God. Beautiful checks coming right now. I ain't even
wait, how many situations you done capitalized?
I've been on Versus 5 different times.
5 different times?
5 of my tracks.
All right, I know X.
Wow. X, Cam, The Locks. What's the one that just went off? Not the girls. Cam, right. X. Who?
Ja.
Yeah. Ja, that's right.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe. Cause I was on both, and the crazy shit is my shit was on both sides of each battle.
Oh, every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Both sides of each battle. Like when the Locks was with who the Locks did.
The Locks with Dipset?
Yeah, I had the Dipset shit, and then I had the Lock shit, the Come Through shit, with the Styles P shit.
That's hard.
Yeah, I killed them on that. The checks is nice. The old nigga catch a good check right now. It's cool.
Do you ain't care who won or lose?
Nah,
You like, I'm winning, nigga.
No, just play my
I
shit.
win all the time.
All they doing is streaming now. Everybody's streaming more now, and they
Right.
changed the streaming laws. So, but I'll build on that in the show. I got you.
Oh,
Let me just
change
shut
the
up.
stream. You familiar with that too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
the
All right, cool.
streaming shit, gangster.
All right, we back. My expert opinion, episode 97. 97 was a good year. That was a real good year. We gonna get into that. You're a new subscriber, hit that. Well, if you're a new watcher, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like, hit that share, let everybody know you in here. Don't cost you no paper unless you's a mother hater. Of course, I got my man Mr. Mech in the building.
Salute, cousin.
Your favorite A&R, you know what I mean? Threw about 1 million demos in the trash, nigga. That's that nigga right there. Crushed your whole dreams. Is what it is. Shout out to Tone. I got Tone in the building.
What's up? What up? What it do?
Director.
Yeah.
Run down your hats, bro, because
Writer, director, music,
Writer, director.
play drums, think outside the box, and show you how to get to a bigger bag.
Slap a couple of niggas.
I like that. Yeah.
Security.
Yeah.
Slap a couple.
We did security in the 1900s.
In the 1900s.
No, we don't do that no more.
He's mic'd up, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you got
Last film, Dogman.
DMX's last film,
Dogman. That's my shit.
Dogman.
He's the star.
Yeah. Wrote the joint, directed it. I waited for him his whole time in and out of jail. Sent him money when he was in jail. When he came home, he just popped, gave him 10 bands when he came home. I knew a situation.
Right.
He's my brother.
Right.
You know, everybody say that brother stuff until, you know, your brother shouldn't have to ask you for help.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
You know when I give you that look, you good? You know that look, man. Pop, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You held him down. That's dope.
That's my guy.
That's dope. Shout out to the gang in the building. Gang. I got one of the producers on his way to legendary status. He's been responsible
That's hard.
for the beginning of Kodak Black.
That's a growl.
For the startup and continuation of NBA Youngboy. I don't gotta say no more, right? I don't really gotta say no more. I can leave it right there, right? I can just leave it on the floor. Right. That's it. And then what else you want?
That's hard.
I got my man Double A in the
Double
building.
A. Appreciate y'all for having me, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
And this guy, legendary status, acquired. Oh man, where do I start? OG, mentor, super producer. We were just chopping it up. About 5 verses. In 5 verses, he was getting checks on both sides.
Still get the check.
Still getting the checks.
Be
And
back.
you about to get another one tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Nice and easy.
Damn.
I ain't gotta do shit.
You heard this name. You heard this name before. In case you didn't know, this is the face to the name. Self-service is in the building.
Peace.
Lord Self.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the gods.
That's where we at.
Lord
with that.
Self is in the building. How y'all doing, man?
Wonderful.
I'm
How's
good,
y'all week?
man.
How's the week been?
Wonderful.
It's been cool. Cold
Cold.
up here for sure.
Yeah, you came up
I'm
this
a Florida
motherfucker.
boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like this is a whole different little transitions. I had to go to
I'm about to say,
Montclair.
you
They had to go pick that up.
For sure.
Facts.
Yo,
Shit, they got.
because you brought all that ice with you.
Yeah.
Traveling with it. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all.
Bars.
Right.
You just shot a video out here, right?
Yeah, shout out to Bottle TD. I did one with him. He's the Prince of Flatbush. That's what he says. So he did a record and it's going crazy. I just signed a deal with Warner as an artist. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm focusing on this artistry right
So
now.
you switching your producer hat.
Changing the lane. Shout out to Youngboy. He the one that gave me the inspiration. He was like, bruh, you used to rap back in the day, huh? When I was like 17, 16, I was on BET 106 in Park. They reached out to us when I was in the group.
Right.
And he remembered that, and he had to be at least 2 or 3. He was like, I saw you somewhere. I was like, I used to rap. He said, why you don't rap no more? I was like, man, I'm trying to get you in the door. He was like, nah, I want you to rap too. So I was like, come on, let's do it. So he been helping me out, doing what we do, you know what I'm saying? So here we are today.
All right. You got a record out with Bow Wow?
Yeah, Hold You Down is going crazy right now. I dropped it probably like a week ago. We at 300K right now. Streaming going insane. So shout out to everybody rocking with me on that record for sure.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. Bow Wow.
Yeah.
My man said when he was 17, he was out here rapping.
Yeah.
17 years old. Self, what was you doing? Because I already know, but go ahead. Let's get into it.
When I was 17?
17 years old.
I went to prison.
Yeah, just got out.
8 years, yeah. Did 8 years. I went in 16 and some change.
Yeah, 16 to change.
Yeah, and then I came home 93 and 93, 94. But after that was the music shit. I was on some street shit though.
Yeah.
Back when I was 17, just straight up.
There was like 100 more pounds on you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, nigga. No. It started out skinny as a motherfucker.
Right.
You feel me? So in the beginning, 16, went up north to Elmira. Then from Elmira, they shipped me to Lorton. Lorton,
Virginia.
was federal in D.C.
Yeah, but they shut that joint down.
Yeah, they shut it down a while ago.
Yeah.
But I went in skinny as a motherfucker, and that's where I gained the weight and I came home 300.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I went in like 160. Came home 300. Then I was, and that's when Friday first came out. So I thought I was Debo. When I got back, I'm telling nigga, I need some money. Yeah. Now.
He's rocking the khaki suits, all that shit. I already know, son. You gotta tell me, son. I already know, son.
Yeah, you got me.
What'd you get knocked for?
Selling keys, a couple of keys.
At 16.
Yeah. You know, that's when, Poe and them was out there.
Right.
And I was moving with that Harlem shit out there. And we went from, I got caught here, did 4 years. I got out, was on parole. I ran from parole, jetted to D.C. with the whole movement where everybody was hustling in D.C.
Right.
And got caught again, and they gave me 25 years. And then I turned it all back around on consideration, reconsideration.
Right.
So I ended up doing 4 more after that, and then...
And they let you out. Yeah. What were those times like?
It was rough, man, because a lot of that shit, the New York shit was, you know what I'm saying? I went to Elmira and then went to the camp, medium camp or some shit. I forgot. Hudson or some shit.
Yeah, that boot camp shit.
Yeah,
you was trying to get out quick. You was trying to get out quick.
I did that shit, and then, the fucking Maryland shit was crazy because being New Yorker in that system was nuts. Them niggas did not like New Yorkers whatsoever. I'm 160 soaking wet, but I had to go in there and do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? They gave me 20. I thought I was going to live the rest of my life. It's crazy because 25 years would have been over about 5, 6 years ago. And then when I looked at it in that year it was over, I was like, God damn.
Like you would have been just coming
Oh
out,
my
like,
God, just coming home. I wouldn't have known nothing about cell phones, nothing. Like, but it was a good learning experience for me, and it changed my life.
Right.
In other words, and then I came home, and then I got into the music shit right immediately. Never been musically inclined.
Never.
Never touched a piano, a guitar, no, nothing. Never did nothing. I was always in the streets. Went in at 16, 17. Right. I was just hustling. And then the music shit came with Salt, from Salt and Pepper. Mm-hmm.
Gave you a keyboard.
Yeah, she gave me that keyboard, gave it to me, the ASR 10. If anybody know anything about hip hop.
I know the ASR 10. Woo, I used to produce on the low. Okay. On the low. I had the MPC 60.
Yes.
That 62. Was the
first one.
I had the MPC 62.
With the
and the ASR 10 is a controller.
Yeah.
And a Kai 1200, I think.
Yeah.
And I was using that to stretch the samples.
The Triton came after that, the Trinity and the Triton keyboards.
Phantom.
All that shit.
Yeah, the Phantom.
I had a Phantom, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, the Phantom.
I had a Phantom, that was my first one.
I want one now.
Yeah. Nah,
I want that same
I'm straight
shit.
on all
That
that
88
hardware.
key, baby.
Give me a computer and I'm good to go.
Computer.
Yeah, that's so simple now.
Yeah, it is simple as hell now.
Yeah.
Like what I do now.
It's almost too simple.
Yeah.
That was my question. Does it take away from?
Anybody can do it now. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where people can make beats on their phone. So I had to kind of move away from that and say, let me do something that I know other people can't do.
Right.
You can't fake the authenticity in the records.
right.
You can fake and get some loops from online and put them together and put some drums on it and
Right.
you got a record, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like he'll tell you, you cannot get these placements just by having good beats.
Oh, no.
You gotta have that hustle to sell the records. You gotta have that finesse. You gotta be charismatic and being able to talk to people to have them to like the record. So when I came in the game, I had the Phantom and that was it. I didn't know anything about Fruity Loops or nothing like that. So
Right.
now today's game is a little saturated, but it helps because you ain't gotta walk around with luggage and all of that extraness. But man, it's a little different. I wish I was in his era, to be honest, because that's when music was real, like real producer, a real producer
And
compared to
the
today.
CD was $12.
Yeah,
Yeah, but and back then the tracks cost more.
facts.
80,000, 100,000
Nigga,
tracks.
I sold
Facts.
a joint to Mobb Deep
No rap.
back in the day for 50 grand for one track. Niggas now selling beats for $100 online. $250,
Yeah, you can go on SoundClick.
shit like that. And niggas is
Beat
nice.
stars.
But that ain't nothing like even going back to the ASR 10 and the outboard gear. In other words, let's just say outboard gear, right?
Yeah.
If you talking about outboard gear, and that's why I wanted to go back to it because dudes is all using the easy way, which is the computers and putting loops together. But if talent is talent,
Most def.
if you got it, you get that outboard gear, you start putting shit together, you know what you're doing, that shit start coming in place. I might stumble upon another sound.
And the
now
sound is
that might
warmer.
Come back.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but there's levels.
Yeah.
There's levels. With
Yeah.
any kind of talent we're talking about, the reason why the game is so oversaturated, I'm guessing. I defer to producers when we start talking about production. But I would guess that any game that gets oversaturated is because you've lowered the bar for, it's
Right.
easier to make, it's easier to produce, it's easier
Easy
to
to get the
reproduce.
equipment.
Right. So you lower the bar. You don't have to save up, go in the studio. You get to go in the studio, waste time because you can just make it like whatever. It takes less commitment, takes less ear. Can you hear the difference?
Most def. I remember coming up before I was producing, I would go on George Music and just play with the gear. I couldn't afford it. Nowadays, people can download a crack version of Pro Tools and FL Studio Logic or something, right?
Right.
And when people say, bro, listen to my beats, or can you rap on my beats? Because I got a name now as an artist. So now people want me to rap on their beats. And I'm like, what you made this on? Because now I probably get 100 beats in my email a day. Out of those 100 beats, 5 of those beats have the same loop in it.
Yeah.
The same guitar loop. I'm like,
yeah.
you got this off of Splice. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you pay $29 a month to get unlimited loops.
Right.
But I done heard this, so I know it. So when you hear an authentic sound that's really true to them and you can tell that they putting in time and energy and effort,
Right.
that's when you say, okay, this is a gym. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right, so where did it start? Because I know with you, Salt and Pepper.
Yeah. Mine started with Salt from Salt and Pepper. When, like I said, I was on some Debo shit when I came home. And my man, he had just had a baby.
Wait, you was in the crib though.
Huh?
You was in the crib.
What you mean?
You was in the crib with Salt.
Right, but my man, when I first came home, my man seen that I was going back into prison.
Right.
So
Oh, because you was moving a certain way.
He had a baby with Salt at the time. This is how I got associated with her.
Right.
And that he ended up being her husband. I don't know if you've seen the show they had on back in the day. They had a show to do with Gavin Ray.
Oh, yeah.
That's my man I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So he seen me getting ready to fuck up again. He said, man, I need you. He said, you big.
What were you
just
doing?
be her security guard.
What were you
first."
doing? What were you doing,
I
man?
was fucking up.
You was fucking up. Why you was fucking up?
Because I was just fucking up.
You went back to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, actually, something had happened with some gunplay shit, and the shit
Shit went
crazy.
left.
And he was like, look, get in the studio.
Right.
So I got in the studio with her. He built the studio in her house in Dix Hills. And then I was there every day because he wanted me to, like, when she did shows or appearances, I would go and just, because I was so big too, and I wasn't musically inclined, I just was her security guard.
Right.
Personal, because that's my man. So I'm with both of them. So we did Sharky's, Justin's, all that shit that was downtown.
Yeah.
So we'd go out and whatever, but when I got back to the studio, I would stay at the studio. She had a bunch of keyboards. She said, take this shit home, so figure it out. No manual, no book, no nothing. Wow. Nobody used it in the studio. And it was the ASR 10. So I went home, locked myself in my basement, and just started fucking with it. It was cassette tapes back then. We was sampling from cassette tapes.
Sheesh.
It was not even records then. Like I would run a wire from the output
that's muddy.
from that
That's
into
muddy.
the ASR 10 and use the cassette tapes and get a sample. And I figured the machine out and started fucking with it. Then I would put it on another cassette tape or record it to take it out on my version.
Right.
So then I go on the block, the drug block. Niggas on the block, I play it on my man's car. Niggas be like, yo, what the fuck? Nigga, you nice with this shit. I'm like, no, I ain't. Nigga.
What was the first joint that they said you was nice off?
The Cocoa Brothers shit. Black Trump.
Black Trump?
Oh, with Tony Touch in it.
Raekwon.
Raekwon.
me.
Wow.
Raekwon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Smith & Wesson. Remember Smith & Wesson? And Raekwon did Guess Who's the Black Trump? That was my track.
Yeah.
My first track I ever hit the radio. Niggas call me like, yo, I hear your shit on the radio, son. I'm like, huh?
That's
Nigga,
crazy.
that shit. And I sold my first beat for $5,000. $4 or $5,000. Now, mind you, I'm out tapping pockets trying to get some money.
Yeah.
I'm not getting no real money because niggas is like, all right, Debo, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at that point, nigga gave me $5,000, then I sold 5 beats to them for that album, for the Smith Wesson album.
Right.
$5,000 a piece. It was either 4 or 5 a piece. And then after that, Onyx heard about me, and then I did Shut 'Em Down, which was the title song on their last album that they did.
And that was the first song that people heard DMX on.
Ever. And then Big Pun was on God Bless the Dead, was on the remix. So I was in the studio with Big Pun.
That's crazy.
And then for the Onyx record, X wasn't in there for the Onyx record neither. But I just sold 7 tracks to Onyx. If you look at that album, my name is on 7 different tracks. And they gave me that $7,000 a piece.
What was those sessions like?
Like, what the fuck? I'm not going back to
the
streets.
streets? Yeah,
Fuck with Debo. Fuck that shit. So I'm like, fuck that shit. So and then the word New York started getting around. That I was a new producer around or whatever.
Right.
And then that's when LL Cool J, Music Soul Child.
Ciao.
Fucking Cameron, Ja Rule, Jay-Z. I did a bunch of stuff like for all of that just because I was running around here. But like I said, the pricing was better then. Everything was a smoother ride, and it was real production back then. You got to really be talented. We worked back then off of demos. So today, nigga gets signed off of popularity.
Right.
Back then, it was no popularity. The A&R
had to
hear and say, this, we can make some money on
off of this. Right.
So even with the demo shit, now it's totally different because you had to take all that outboard gear in and cut the demo and all that. But now we got computers. You do everything on the computer, get somebody something. I think that fucked the game up, though, to be honest.
Why?
Because if I had to come, if you say, Self, I like this beat, I want to buy this beat from you. But I'm the only person with the beat, right? But I let you hear it on a cassette tape or something like back then it was cassette tape or whatever.
Right.
I come and you say, I want it. There's no other way for you to get the beat unless I come with all my gear to that studio and lay it down.
Right. Unless you rip it off this cassette tape, which is going to be money. Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. When there was no ripping, the money was bigger because they had to pay you to come in and actually do labor to lay the beat down.
Right.
Our sessions back then, if I had to, like the Onyx session, like Shut 'Em Down, when I did that, I had to go in there and I spent 24 hours in the studio laying the beat down.
Sheesh.
So the record label, Def Jam and them knew they had to pay you for that type of time.
Right.
When when CDs came in, niggas was just stripping. They learned how to take the music off of the thing, and then they'll go demo it themselves, and they'll say, yeah, we're gonna buy it. But then the minute that they say, all right, they demo it and they didn't like it, they'd be like, nah, I'm cool. And then they end up not paying you. The value just started going away. Once you ain't gotta go in and do labor, it takes the value away. So now, like we said, everybody's doing beats with Fruity Loops and all this shit. The value ain't there no more.
You'd be lucky to get $1,000 for a record.
Yeah, it's like $1,000 now.
$1,000.
So you got paid for your first beat?
Yeah, my first 5.
Your first 5?
I got paid for all of them. But it started out at $4 or $5 grand a joint, and it got up to 50 for one joint.
So
after I did the DMX record, What's My Name? When I did the What's My Name record, it was a wrap.
It was over.
Yo, wait. You did that record.
Yeah.
I produced it.
Facts.
Okay. All right. You can keep going.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about
And I got some more shit too.
This new shit is crazy.
I got over 25 platinum records. Like over 25. And it's hard for a producer to say that today, unless you Swiss or fucking Timbaland or Dre.
Yeah.
So I'm humble, but I stopped being humble with the shit because niggas take my credits. You feel me?
Right.
And we talking about Irv. I'll say names.
So break that down. What happened?
I'll start talking. Niggas start talking and saying, yo, all right, boom, they made beats. And I did it.
Right.
Period. So when it comes down to it, to be able to have 25 platinum albums and make all them placements is an accolade for real. I bust my ass back then to get to that point. And the shit wasn't easy, but I asserted myself and made the shit work. But after a while, niggas, where I'm mad at, well, not mad. I didn't jump out in Front Street and do the glitz and glamour. I'm not a Front Street nigga.
Right.
I like getting my money and be behind the scenes.
So you saying Irv was taking credit for your beats?
He took credit for the What's My Name record. His name, he didn't do nothing on that beat.
That's what I was going to say. All your beats you did with your hands.
With my hands.
See, a lot of producers, they'll take a beat, put a whistle in it, give him 400.
Now it's
Now it's his.
But look, let me tell you, the going thing back then was Puff did it, Irv did it.
Keep going.
I think DNY, not DNY.
No.
Puff, Irv, Jermaine Dupri, certain niggas that had them names, and everybody thought they was the niggas. They was just getting beats from other niggas.
They was signing other niggas.
They had little niggas on it. Dre did it. Man, I know mad niggas that did shit.
Scott Storch
was
under
doing mad
Dr.
shit,
Dre.
but then they'll come in and just say, all right, when we lay the beat, let me just do this one hat. And now all of a sudden they put their name on as co-producer. That's what Irv did to me for the DMX.
As co-producer.
As co-producer, but
so it wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a ghost producer situation.
No, they put their name on like they did something. Irv, I'm saying on my DMX record,
right?
It says, and if you watch interviews, if he's in the interview, he don't even mention me.
That's why we have a lot of producers. You ask them, when the last time you physically made a beat? You did this.
Yeah.
Did that. You.
So
some dudes ain't made beats in 15 years.
But according to Ninth Wonder, because we had him here too, he said, if you can compose, then you're a producer. Right. You don't have to touch a key. You don't have to tell. You could tell. You could see it in your mind and tell somebody you're a producer.
That's where the Irvs and the Puffs and them get it from. They're in their mind. They're producing the record, composing the record. So to them, if Tone come to me and say, yo, I got to be, all right, let me use that for math. But I need to do this to it and move it around a little bit, this and that. Now all of a sudden, I take the credit because I'm the bigger name.
Right.
And the last man that touched it.
Yeah. But the bigger name always get the
most credit.
The most credit.
Like Irv, and I know this for a fact, most of all Irv shit that came out of Murder Inc. back then was by a producer named Fingers, a producer named Little Rob, a producer named DL, who you met the other day, me. Most of that stuff was done by them. Holla Holla, All them other stuff was done, but his name is on it.
Right. But did it help the record seeing Irv Gotti produced it?
It's hard to even say that, to try to judge that thing for knowing from back then, because I was in the middle of all that.
Right.
But I know the producers too. And right now, they're not doing nothing. They hurting some of these niggas. So if it helped anybody, it helped Irv.
Well, how did you protect yourself from that?
I didn't sign to Irv. I stayed freelancing. He gave me a contract. Now, me and Irv Gotti grew up together since kids. Me and Chris like this today, his brother.
Right.
He gave me a contract, and the contract was a Raping You Records contract.
He said, right.
My lawyer said, nigga, if you sign this contract, I'm not gonna be your lawyer no more. So I went back to him, I said, yo, what is this? He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's my name, my company merged in it. I'm like, man, I'm not doing this. But by that time, the DMX record already came out.
So you was good. You was like,
all right, so we ain't doing business? Cool.
You had the leverage.
Right.
I'm gone.
Right.
I already had the lick. He even told me, even if he see this, he gonna remember.
Yeah.
He told me, he said, yo, once that DMX record, you gonna blow, man, you gotta sign this contract. I said, all right, cool.
Waited him out.
That nigga hit me with the dummy contract, pew, gone.
Oh.
And you look at my name, now mind you, my name is on all the credits. But some of them is say the sole producer, some say I'm the main producer and him is co-producer, and then some say he's the producer and I co-produced. But my name is there.
How did the percentages get broken down?
That's the ill shit too. We know how this shit work, right? 100%, 200 really on certain societies. So it's the 100. Let's just work with the 100. 150 go to the writer, and 50 go to the writer of the music, right?
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
He took 25,
Oh.
And you took the other 25.
and he didn't do nothing to the beat.
He didn't add nothing? No salt shakers, no cowbells?
Nigga, I make that beat right now.
No, I'm just saying. Just need a little
I'll
bit
make
more
it
cowbell.
right
You
this
know
second.
that?
Cowbells, nigga.
And he did and that was 20 years ago. He been getting 25% of my publishing for that record. I still get good checks from it because it sold so many units.
Right.
But so does he.
Yeah.
Right.
He gets the same shit I get.
From a bunch of different dudes, apparently.
Yes. For nothing.
So is that something that you like, yo, because then, you know, there's certain artists that right now, Meek Mill is kind of feeling the something was wrong.
Yeah.
My money ain't adding up. We go back to this contract. In those situations, I gotta wonder, would you have had the opportunity without? Like, would we have Meek Mill without him signing to Maybach? Would we have heard Self-Service without Irv Gotti moving around with the records or you connecting with him?
Well, I got with Irv after I did the Onyx shit.
Right.
So I did Black Trump first, then I did all the Onyx shit, and Irv happened to be the A&R for Onyx at that time at Def Jam. So when I had my relationship with Fredro and Sticky. So they brought me in and said, we using these beats. But they said our A&R is Irv Gotti. When he found out it was me, the nigga he grew up with, he said, yo, I didn't know you make beats. And then the relationship just turned a little better from there. You understand?
Right.
But I was already moving before I got with Irv.
Right. So you had leverage.
Yeah, I was already, you know what I'm saying? I had placements already before I got one.
So, the
So he
answer
would
is
have
yes.
been here.
Yeah, I would
would've
have
had
still
him
been
anyway.
rocking, but I definitely wouldn't have did the DMX record. And I did Fat Joe and Remy Ma.
So is that why you gave him the 25%? You just let it ride?
Basically, but I didn't, no, hold on first. Hold
I
on.
just, hey,
No, you asked the perfect question.
Yeah.
I didn't give him shit.
okay, he just took it.
He took it.
I would have gave him 5.
I would have gave him something
finder's
because
fee,
the
you know what I'm saying?
opportunity was
Right.
through him.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, and it's only right, like to
Facts.
play fair, but 25, I don't think it should do that. But you still got to ask me.
Right.
Don't just initiate it just because you the A&R and got to put the paperwork in. You put the paperwork in the way you want to put it in. Because, and then mind you too, I don't want everybody to get misconstrued. I never was in the studio with X when X did the record. I played the record for Chris Gotti. Chris said, yo, this shit crazy, and played it for Irv. Irv said, this shit crazy. I'm gonna go play it for X. X had the relationship with with Irv. I never had a relationship at first with X.
Right.
So Irv is the nigga that took it to him. So the only thing X knew, God bless the dead, was Irv bought it to him.
Right.
So it looks like, you understand?
Facts.
So it looks like that. So I never was there, and I never, you know what I'm saying, got a chance to for niggas to know what the situation is. But still, if I trust you to go do that, at least give me enough respect to say, yo, I'm gonna take 25, or I'm gonna take 15, or I'm gonna take something.
Right.
And it's only right. Like, I know that, which I wouldn't have been mad at because his opportunities coming from you.
Have you ever had conversations with him since then?
Yeah, we fell out right after that.
Right after.
Right after that. And then we got back together. We started trying to mend some shit. But Irv, I don't know if y'all see him he's different. Irv is a different person. He's Irv, though.
Right.
I've known him since he was little Irv. I played chess with his pops. This is how me and his relationship is. But, at this point, he's just different. He got around Leo and them and then changed. Leo and them taught him the way he is now. He wasn't like that before he met Leo and all the rest of them at Def Jam.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's not the first time.
I could tell y'all stories forever about shit because I've done this shit over 30, 40 years.
Let them rip. Let them rip. That's what we here for, baby.
I could tell stories about Dipset. I could tell stories, all kinds of shit.
All right, before we even get, before we get to those.
No. Put a pin in that. We're coming back to that.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Now, I sat on the phone with you for about an hour and a half. And I got a good glimpse into what your process was.
Yeah.
You started off doing beats for free.
Free, for sure. For sure.
On records that was...
My first big placement was Kodak.
Right.
My brother had a brain surgery. He had a tumor on his brain. So I came home from college at the time. And the only reason I was in college was because I was getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And they told me, either you're going to go to jail or you're going to go move with your dad. So I was like, man, I'm in Florida. I'm going to go to Tennessee. So I go to Tennessee, meet Mike Laurie, and he's one of my guys. And he's 6 number ones right now. And I met him in high school, and he was like, yeah, man, let's do some music together. At the time, I was the biggest rapper in Nashville at that time, like in all of like high school. I ain't have no records out, but I was doing features for other people, right? So I come home, the day I graduated, my dad was like, nah, you gotta go. I didn't really think he really rocked with me like that. So he was like, nah, you gotta go. Like the day I graduated, got on the flight, went back to Florida, went back into the streets, right? And I got in some trouble, found out I was getting ready to have a kid. I got fired from the Boys and Girls Club, found out I had a baby. And what else happened? It was 3 things happened at one time. Like, and my whole life was just upside down.
Right.
So I said, I'm gonna just go to college and run away from my dreams. Went back to Tennessee. Mike was like, bro, just come up here, let's try to figure it out. I'm like, all right, cool. 2014 happens. Kodak calls me and says, bruh, like, do you still rap? I'm like, yeah, I still rap.
Wait. You skipped past a lot of stuff.
Okay, like what?
Wait. How did Kodak get the beats?
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna tell you.
Yeah.
This is coming up.
Right.
He was like, do you still rap? I'm like, nah, I kind of do it, but I'm in college right now. I got a kid. I got to figure that out.
Right.
So he was
He's not
like,
Kodak Black yet.
He's not Kodak. He J Black at the time.
J
right?
Black.
J Black.
Right.
So he ain't really got too many songs. So he hit me and was like, well, what do you do now? I was like, well, I got some beats. But before that, my brother had a brain surgery, and he was like, look, it's this guy. You need to rock with him. I kind of just, let it slide, let it ride. And I sent them all. I already sent them. He didn't know it was me at the time because I sent them to the label, Dollars and Deals. So he hopped on the record. I go back to school. My brother called me and was like, bruh, he hopped on the song. I'm like, what song are you talking about? He was like, bro, Jay Black. So I was like, who is that? He was like, bro, he go by Kodak Black now.
Right.
So I type it in. This is my first day back to class, right? Wake up, I look at, I'm like, oh shit, like this shit going up. So I called the number that was on the little promo video. I was like, look, y'all use my beat. Like, what's up with the bread? You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I'm in college, I'm broke as shit.
Right, you trying to get that bread.
I ain't have no money in my bank account, real shit, from 2011 to 2017. Like, not a dime. For them like 5-6 years, I didn't make money. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to figure it out, because I was doing shit illegally. And I was like, man, when I go off to college, I can be whoever I want to be. It's a clean slate, right? So I said, I'm gonna just start off new. Nobody know me up here. I'm gonna just try to do it the right way. Let me get my education. I went to school to be a history major, right? So I was like, man, I need this bread. Like, I don't know how much it's gonna be, maybe $500, but it's something.
Right.
Man, it was like, oh, we ain't pay you yet? I was like, nah. And it was like, all right, hold on 1 second. Beep, beep, beep. Damn. I'm like, shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm calling them every day for a week straight. I get my homeboy phone, right? I'm in class. I'm like, bro, let me use your phone real quick. Call the number. Hello? Hey, how y'all doing? It's Double A. Y'all use my record. Oh, we never got back to you? Yo, we gonna have Kodak call you in a minute. I said, all right, cool. I waited.
At this point, how many views is on that video?
By this time, is almost at 1 million.
Oh,
Which
my
record?
And mind you, this is Hungry. Hungry was the first record that I did, and at that time, 1 million views was big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit going up, and I'm not monetizing nothing. So a week later goes, he dropped a mixtape, 2 songs on there. I'm like, all right, like
2 of yours.
my shit. So I'm like, yo, they still ain't pay me. Nothing. I'm not getting no phone calls. And then I get a comment. Instagram just came up, I think. I get a comment from Kodak Black. He's like, bro, your shit hard. I'm like, DM me, bro. You feel me? I'm like, bro, what the hell? You done used 3 of these records.
Right, right.
I only sent like, I really wasn't making beats. I just learned. But I was like, bro, I done sent you 3 beats. I only got 10. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you used all 3 of these bitches. Like, what's up? He was like, call me. So I called a number. Of course, like every rapper, they don't pick up the phone. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just let the shit ride, right? So one of my guys at the time, C-Clip, he was like, hey, Kodak want me to hit you. So he called me 3-way. He was like, hey, where you at? Come to the studio. I said, I'm in Tennessee. Well, can you come tomorrow? I'm like, I ain't got no bread. Like, I ain't got nothing.
Right.
So I did what I had to do. I'm fucking hoes, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, let me get $50.
Let me get some bread.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga had
gotta get out of
I sold
here.
plasma, you know what I'm
Sold
saying? Like I sold plasma, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. When you say you sold plasma.
Plasma. Yo.
Hold on. Because this was the part of the story that I turned around and I looked at the phone. I was like,
Hey,
I was like, yo, you sold what?
Yeah.
What you sold?
Do what you gotta do,
So
my nigga.
you were selling your blood, right?
Yeah,
And they told me,
Yo.
nah, I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna call it out. You know what I'm saying? The cameras is rolling.
Yeah. Hey, shit is
This is an instant story to me.
yeah, shit was
You selling your blood,
Yeah.
and they said, yo, you can't sell no more.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah, so yeah.
So then they said, yo, we got another option for you.
Yeah.
Yo.
You know, we'll take the,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a
take the
little bit
other
more
stuff.
for it. They gave me a little bit more for it, you know what I'm
you know
saying?
what I'm saying?
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but listen, I got my plane ticket though.
Yeah.
Got the plate.
Yeah, that
So I
man.
got my plane ticket though. All right?
Yeah.
And you got a baby out there.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Hold on.
You got babies out there. You got children.
If y'all see anybody that look like me, I don't know what.
That's right. No,
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Hey, yeah. This
Yo,
is crazy.
what in the world?
Yeah, this is hard.
Oh,
This is hard.
I've been walking down the street like,
He got a set of twins.
You better never move back to that state ever.
I did it like once. You know what I'm saying?
You did it more than once, right?
Yeah, I did it more than once. Cause, bro, I was broke, dog. Let me tell you what happened, right? So I go down there, right?
Right.
I go down to Florida, right? Drive all the way to Broward, right? I get the flight from Tennessee to Palm Beach. I'm like, Mom, I need to get down to Fort Lauderdale. So I go down there, and we in the studio, and I'm listening to beats back to back that he owned. By this time, the nigga done dropped 4 songs. So I'm like, I'm finna get a bag from bruh. I didn't know how much, I could get, but I'm like, if I can get at least 500 a beat, I'm straight.
Right.
Man.
Cause you ain't know your worth.
I didn't know, right? So I get he recording like 6, 7 beats, right? 6, 7 songs to the beats. So I'm in there all night, right? I gotta go right back to school the next day. So I'm like, all right, I'm finna just try to figure it out. So
were you nervous?
Nah, because by this time I done did 106 in Park as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I just learned how to make beats because I really enjoyed music. I just didn't want to take time away from my end goal, and that was trying to provide for my daughter at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was trying to do it the legit way. So I'm like, school is the end goal, but I need to make sure that I got some money to give her Pampers and whatever she looking for, because she was living in Florida and I was in Tennessee. So I get there and we getting ready to leave. I'm like, damn, I ain't getting no money. Like I done spent all of this time, energy, got on a flight. Right. So the head dude from the label, like, yo, Dub, hold on. Like, shit, we about to put out these 4 records. I'm like, well, shit, y'all already put out these 3. Like, what's up with that, bread? He was like, man, look, don't tell nobody, he just signed the deal to Atlantic. So I'm like, all right, cool. He was like, so what you want for these records? I was like, shit, whatever you gonna pay me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I'm hungry, dog. Right? That was a red flag, right? Right. So he was like, shit, I got 400 right now. This a whole Jova. Like, I gotta, you know what I'm saying, give you something so you can go back home and be straight. $400 was like 4,000 at me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no money. You know what I'm saying? I was eating ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? Like every day. So I'm like, shit, I can at least go to McDonald's and be straight. Right. So one thing, and that I used to be skinny as hell. But shit, nigga, eat McDonald's, you feel me? Like all of that shit kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing my thing and all of that, and I get a call probably like a month later, like, hey, is this Double A? I'm like, yeah. Well, this Atlantic, Lon Ray Gabba, I think that's her name. She was the A&R. And she was like, we getting ready to put out these 4 records. Did you get some money from I forgot the label guy name. Did you get some money from him? I was like, yeah. It was like, well, I guess you got paid then.
Oh, shit.
I was like, what you mean? It was like, you can't take money from somebody, you know what I'm saying, without the paperwork. So that was your compensation. Like, you should have just waited for us to do that. And
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, I never got no paperwork on those records. Never. I never got no paperwork on those records.
To this day.
To this day.
Till this day.
See, there's a difference between these eras where I could find your name on a record. Right. Nowadays, records go out. You don't really know who produced it unless it has a tag.
Unless it has a tag.
Unless it's a tag.
And a lot of days, these songs are so saturated, you only want to hear it because, let's just say me, you, and you do a record. If we all got tags, I want to hear all of that. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 tags my damn self. Yeah, so now I got 2 tags myself. He got one not. The first 4 bars got 6 tags in it. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, you got the rap trying to do an intro. And you're like, man, what the hell is going on?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but that's how you protect yourself in today's world, because rappers don't want to give you credit. You know what I'm saying? Rappers don't want to go in the studio. I'm pretty sure when he was in there, he had to say so.
Right.
Us? You go in the room in the studio, play some beats, and then after that rapper pick a beat, you sit in the back. Yeah. And you don't talk, don't do nothing. Don't say I like that, because shut up, you don't talk. Just you did this at home. You know what I'm saying? Or you wait till we say we want another beat.
That depends on that honestly depends on the kind of artist that you're in the
That ain't
studio
gonna
with.
happen,
Number one, and number two, the main thing I'm picking up from this conversation, we talk about the division in the age all the time, the ageism that happens in hip hop. My main thing, we had the conversation with Q-Tip, and we were talking about one person has the information, the other person is coming into the game without the information. They keep y'all separated on purpose. Imagine if you'd have been able to pick up the phone.
And just
Yourself.
talk to me.
That'll never happen.
Right.
I'd have been like, huh, nigga, they gave you what? No, nigga, don't do that.
You going back down there? Let me get my khaki suit.
I'm on my way right now, nigga. We gonna get this money. Fuck that bullshit.
It's funny that you say that because a lot of times when labels see certain cats talking to certain cats, they're like, oh, this ain't gonna go down like we
Yeah,
did.
that's just what he said.
You seen it?
Yeah.
I live it.
Tone.
When people see me,
Wow.
they start, they moving funny, adjust their clothes, they got to burn, they make sure it's reach
that's
away.
the truth.
Right.
They talk different when they see certain people come up. Like when you was younger, if they saw you running with me, you would have got paid in 35 minutes
Facts.
with no hiccups. And you wouldn't have got no 500.
With the
It might have
proper
been
paperwork.
25,000 maybe.
My first record that I got it went platinum. First record that I went platinum, it was a work for hire, so I never.
That's that
And
new
they
talk.
gave me $1,000
Yes,
for it.
that's that new talk.
Wait.
$1,000.
Here it come. Listen.
Yeah.
So it was
And
a
they-
work for hire.
They deboed me and made me sign the paperwork right then and there. They were like, we dropping the record tomorrow, so sign the paperwork, go leave it. I was like, man, I need this placement. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's gonna be good, don't worry about it. I was like, you sure it's gonna be good? They was like, bro, it's good. Trust me. I was like, I need this,
me
man.
ask you
This
something,
money
young
be in your account tomorrow.
How old are you?
28.
Wait, let me say something about most of y'all young cats. When y'all see us, y'all call us old heads and all that, right? But sir, you gotta have a team around you, bro.
Right.
You can't be running through the streets and the game and all that.
Business
You
and
got
all
to
that.
have that G that they don't play with. When they see y'all, they laugh and joke, they give you a chain and all that. But they done made 17 million off your beat.
Facts. I know that for a fact.
Really?
Especially that one record. It went triple platinum.
Come on, man.
Like he said,
Triple platinum, and I got $1,000 off
When
of
you
it.
walk into the room with certain people,
They don't play with
the
it.
conversation gets different. I've been that guy.
They smile different.
If you just want to use a word for it, advocate.
Okay.
I've been the
They give you a
advocate for
menu.
several artists. Walk into the room, there's a bunch of people in there that I already know.
Give you a menu and all that.
everything
No,
else.
the
The
hungry.
conversation,
Yes.
as soon as they see your face, it's like, oh, okay, all right, so let's get rid of this one.
Yeah.
Let's give him the real shit because Mecca knows what to read. Mecca knows the line in here where it's fucking him over. Mecca knows that part.
Yeah.
With, the line A, B,
Chapter
the eighth,
C,
the eighth paragraph,
Right.
section B, like
Sign off all rights to this
Mecca
shit.
knows to look for that part. So
Right.
how about we get rid of this? And then I get upset because number one, it's a compliment to me. It's a compliment to me that you're not gonna try and play me. But number two, bro, why would you do this, period?
Yeah.
To like some little dude who's
Yeah.
just walking in, why would you do this? When the money is there to go around, you didn't have to do this to do. You could have did this and nobody's telling you to be broke. As the A&R, nobody's telling you to be broke. We're not telling you you should be starving while all the creatives get rich. Of course not. You're doing the work. But this is the shit that puts a black eye on everything moving forward. All them horror stories that I got to deal with in my inbox. I don't want to sign to no label. They think labels are evil.
Yeah.
And stories like this, I can't even get mad at them. I just have to talk them down from what they believe in. All right, look, if you trust me, then trust that I'm walking into a good situation.
Right.
That shit takes months
Yeah.
to get all them stories out of their head. And the worst part is the stories are true.
Facts.
I can't even sit here and tell you one of my guys, like a guy who I'm super cool with, did some grimy shit and continues to do some grimy shit because for him, it's not personal. It really is just, remember the whole conversation with Q-Tip, the culture of business is more. It's not a matter of I'm jerking you I'm doing this to you on purpose because it's personal. I want to hurt your feelings. I want to hurt your heart. I want to hurt your family. No. It's not because it's when I'm in the room with these businessmen. It's when they say business never personal. They're not joking. The culture of business is to get more. Whoever does the better deal.
No
That's
matter
the culture.
What I gotta do, I just need to get more.
Why do you think these same businessmen can cut each other's throat and then walk away from the table on some? Oh, you got me. Good game. You know, I'll get you back.
This the other one. This the other one. Good job, Joe.
Yo, that shit crazy.
That's real. Some dudes strive for that. They give you a budget.
There's certain people who live for the kill.
To buy these beats, but you figure if I save them money, they'll give me an extra $200.
Like
nut money. So you just robbed your man.
No, they will.
You know
they will, but what they make from it is.
But look, let me say this. Listen, on the artistic side, me and him are artists. You're an artist. You're A&R director. You know, dudes, when you're a creative.
There you go.
We don't think of all of so that's why I was amazed when you just said what you said about the business side.
The culture.
I understand business is business.
Right.
And some niggas is cutthroat or whatever. But now I gotta really look at the shit and say, damn, it's crazy because I'm artistic, so I wanna just keep the art going.
Right.
And I'm just thinking about the art, but then you is people, and I had situations like that. Oh my God.
The best thing to do is
oh my God.
One thing I tell all my clients from the door, eliminate the word fair from your vocabulary. You have to get rid of the word fair.
It's what you negotiate.
You do not get what you deserve, you get what you can negotiate. It's not a matter of fair. When we're artists, when we're being creatives, we're speaking in fair terms.
Right.
And when we're being
as
men.
An artist.
And when we're being men.
Right.
When we're being just men. Like men.
It is what it is.
We're just being men. Yo,
it's the leverage that you have. Like what Jay-Z said. I'm overcharging niggas for what they did to the Cold Crush.
Right.
Like I'm getting the money. I saw what y'all did to the people that came before me. Nah, 250 grand. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm
not negotiating. I'm not going any lower.
I don't play with contracts over 3 pages. I don't care what company you is. You better take 100 bricks and put it in a Ziploc bag and shrink it down. Oh, you want to say in that 35 pages? You better put it in 3. I don't care who you are.
You know what cracks me up about a 35-page contract? The reason why they exist. Because somebody found a way to build a better mousetrap and catch the loophole in that 1-page contract.
You need 3.
Somebody decided that this word doesn't just mean this thing. Took it before a judge.
I tell them no.
And won. Hold on, he said he was going to give me 8 grand. No, he never said when. So now I need another page to specify when. Okay, now he said he was going to give me 8 grand in the course of a week. He never said which week. So now we need another page for that.
God,
It's all
savage. Savages, goddammit! They're out there and they'll get you.
And somebody on the other side of that contract
gotta be careful.
Was like, oh my God, we're making you partner.
Great job,
That's
Joe.
the smartest thing I've ever. We're making you partner. We're talking about 100 and some odd years ago, because the law language been around forever. But one thing I learned, kicking it with lawyers, kicking it with the executives, they're not doing it to hurt you. When you taking food out of my kid's mouth. No, you did that. You walked in here not knowing what you was doing. You did that. That was your fault. I did what I'm supposed to do, which is come off with more than I give you. That's my goal.
Unless I'm on your side.
Then the goal is still the same.
It's still the same.
The goal is still the same. People think lawyers are scum. I tell everybody the same thing. A lawyer is like a gun. And it all depends on who's got it. Yeah. And you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
That's a fact.
It really depends on who's got it. In his hands, in the hands of an honorable man with some morals and some integrity. Your hands, my hands. A lawyer is an awesome tool. Bring the food home, protect the house,
feed the family,
set your kids up for forever. A lawyer is a fantastic thing. In the hands of a moralist man, in the hands of a man with no integrity, a lawyer is Columbine. He's the Nazis. He's he's a gas chamber.
Killing
He's a walking hydrogen bomb. He's gonna wipe out
everything.
And when he goes to sleep at night, the scariest part is when he goes to sleep at night, he did his job.
You know what I play, bro? I learned to play game on my court. Mm-hmm. When I play on my court, no matter where that ball bounces, it's fair for me. Period. I don't even use lawyers. I done seen every contract, kid in that contract. I'm not paying you $7,500, $8,500 to read some shit I already know. So I don't even use them. So you just joke, say you got a lawyer? Nah, I'm good. Bring it. Bring it. I'm not doing that.
Tone. Let's be clear, Tone. You got a different type of negotiation going on. You got a different type of negotiation.
I'm a Virgo.
Like I'll sit and
I'm a Virgo.
Right.
I'm a yes and no person.
Right.
If you my man, 85% of the time I'm gonna tell you yes, because you my man. Right. The 15% I'm gonna tell you no because you're not gonna win. You too old to be trying shit. If you're not gonna win, we not doing it. Period.
Yeah. Simple as that.
I'm not gonna let you do it.
Now, Dubba.
Yeah.
I asked you on the phone. I was like, what was the smartest move that you made? You remember what we came to? Because your story has a happy ending, my nigga. He's looking like 400, then how? Your story definitely has a happy ending.
Shit, I went from 400 to 40. It wasn't 50, you know what I'm saying, because the game changed.
Right.
But, I honestly, when I bet on myself, you know what I'm saying, like that was the biggest, that was the biggest thing. I used to give all my attention to the artist. Nowadays, artists don't like that. I don't want you up under me. I did that with Kodak, and the hardest thing was trying to have that relationship like a you and the Onyx, where people like come in the studio.
We had a official relationship.
A real relationship. So I was like, I'm gonna do the same thing with Kodak. I'm gonna do the same thing with Youngboy. I'm gonna do the same thing with Moneybagg Yo, whoever I'm with. The moment I said, okay, I got Youngboy right here in my pocket, and he wants me around, I'm not gonna come around. I'm gonna just do my own thing. And once I did that, that's when he said, nah, like, please come on tour, come do this, come do that, and I'll make sure he get whatever he want. Because a lot of times, a lot of these rappers, they listen to beats and they have no loyalty. There's zero loyalty nowadays.
Who got the hottest shit?
Whoever got the hottest
shit. Their loyalty
shit.
is to the jam.
But he built value. What he's saying, he built value in himself.
A lot of people will definitely sell their soul, in a sense, producers, to get that placement. They'll do whatever. Yeah. Like I know one person for sure that he gets his placements just because he's a certain engineer. He's somebody's engineer. Who? So say it again? Who?
There you go.
Who?
Just some people. It's just some people. Some people.
There is some people. There's a them.
Listen,
never get
I gotta
the
say on my
name,
glasses when I say this now. It is people. It's people. More than one person.
Right.
You said one guy that you could definitely.
I know one or two.
Right.
Or three. But I know for a fact if you are now, like you said, if you're an engineer, Meek Mill's engineer. I don't even know his name. But I know for a fact, you want to get a record to Meek, DM him, right? I get the record to Meek for you, but I need 10.
Right.
I know for a fact, when I did There He Go, I got the record on my first album, Kodak Black, Painting Pictures. My guy Wallace, shout out to what? Y'all want a name? I'm gonna give y'all a name. Shout out to Wallace, he over there at Warner Chapel.
Right.
Right? He used to be my manager when I was in the group. He said, Dub, I'm gonna go ahead and get you a lawyer. I know you don't have a lawyer. At the time, her name was Karen Mitchell. Is she out here or is she in LA? Anyway, she said, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get you a lawyer. I'm gonna represent you, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. So I said, all right, cool. Wallace said, well, I'm gonna just take 5%. Mind you, he's an A&R over there at Warner Chapel at the time, right? So the lawyer called me, she was like, you sure you wanna give him 5%? And I was like, yeah, why not? She was like, because he didn't do anything. Like, he's taking like writers, like for real. She was like, you can give him some of your advance money, you know what I'm saying, for helping you. Like, only thing he did was get you a lawyer. Like, he didn't get you the placement. You did that, and that's your relationship.
Right.
And I still to this day, I talk to Buddy every day, and he don't think he did anything wrong.
No.
Nothing.
It's business.
Just business.
Look,
I had to learn that. I had to learn that.
It's my turn to talk about the imaginary they.
Okay.
I had a situation. I was making music. Demo, if it was fire, took it to the CEO. CEO loved it. The A&R said, yo, this shit gonna happen. But I need you to sign this production contract.
Oh, Jesus.
I said, I never even heard your beats. He was like, oh, here, take the CD home. They was trash.
Oh.
Every single one of those beats was trash. I couldn't do it. And from there, phone stopped getting answered. So it's a lot of situations like that out there. But how did you go from?
Man, I signed my first pub deal for $0. I didn't know it was a pub deal, and they took 100%.
100%.
Oh,
100%.
jeez.
He's having an ulcer over here listening to
Nigga,
this.
He's like, oh, yo.
Every time you say, every time you run down one of yours,
My life
he's
was
like,
crazy. But listen, that was the hardest part. Coming up, I had to put all the chips on the table. Thank God that I had a lawyer.
But it still turned out better for you.
It turned out better for me, right? Dude got locked up, so 2 years went by.
Kodak.
No, not Kodak.
not
the
Kodak.
guy that I signed to.
Right.
He got locked up.
Contract ran out.
Yeah, the contract, right? It ran out.
That's right.
So I was like, shit.
God is good.
But I signed it my freshman year in college. They was like, look, he good. He worked with Future. He worked with like everybody, like in Miami, like that guy.
Right.
So he comes home and he says, Dub, my fault, bro. Like, let me make it right for you. And I'm like, make what right? Like, I'm good. Like, at this time, I'm up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think he did 5 years. So by this time, it's like 2017. Kodak already, we in the loop. Young boy going. I'm getting money now. I'm not using my financial aid money. I ain't got to sell plasma or the other stuff.
You're not using
No, you know what I'm saying?
I love that.
So now
That's
I'm
right.
like,
Talk that
let's make it right.
Right.
By this time, I got a record out. You know what I'm saying? And he like, what? You rap though, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, let me sign you as an artist. I said, oh no.
No, not
Y'all
you.
see what's on Instagram, these red flags. I was like, I just looked at him as a big red flag. I was like,
nah, not you.
I'm good, bro. I'm in school.
Yeah.
By this time, I'm done with school, but I'm like, bro, I'm in school. I'm trying to focus on that. He was like, nah, just whenever you ready, like, I'll fly you out. I'm like,
Nah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But that right there, you have to go through those trials and tribulations. Everybody not fortunate to have his first beat, and you getting $5,000.
Yeah. Everybody's not
it's a
everybody's not
learning
6
process.
foot something and 200-300 pounds.
Look, I'm gonna be honest too. A lot of the little goon and shit worked too.
Yeah.
Back then.
Can you tell us a story? You don't have to say no names unless you want
Man,
to.
hell no, you gotta say the name. And we want to hear the Jim set story too, for sure.
I'm gonna say one story. I'm gonna say all right, one story.
And you gotta take your glasses off, like
For real. Let them know you mean business.
Look dead at the camera.
I can't see though. All right, but look though. All right. Damn, why we even went there? All right.
say the right one.
Just
man.
Blaze.
Okay.
Just Blaze.
Look at that face.
Okay. My sound, after I did the Ja Rule record, 6 Feet Underground,
6 feet underground.
6 Feet Underground.
One of my favorites.
and then, a lot of niggas claim homage to using vocals and speeding them up in tracks with the samples.
soul
and all that.
sample thing.
Yeah, and all that. So, but I just know my sound at that time, when I did Dipset Anthem with Jules Santana, Dipset, what?
What the hell?
Them hats, the hats is what in Homeboy, what's the nigga that made beats? not Aguilar. What's the nigga that made the beats with the hands?
A-Rap music.
That nigga say, they asked him in the interview, say, yo, who's one nigga that's probably? He said, that nigga Self.
Yeah.
Because that Dipset shit is the hats. If you think about the hats in the them hats was rocking.
Yeah.
I did that all by hand.
Right.
Niggas Just Blaze had, I'm a little tipsy too. But Just Blaze had did some shit. We went to a club, me and Eat 'em Up. I don't know if you remember, Eat 'em Up used to manage me then. Everybody that sees this is gonna know who I'm talking about. And the Disco Twins that rock with Rockweiler and Eric Sermon, they was in the club with us.
Right.
Just Blaze had a whole section in the club. And at that time, niggas was like, yo, that nigga stealing your style, son. So I'm in the club with some chicks.
Wait, hold on. Because
I'm trying to
Kanye accused them of the same shit.
Facts.
Listen.
All right,
Listen.
continue.
The nigga Eat 'em Up slapped the shit out of Just Blaze in the VIP section in front of all the chicks he was with. And I got, and look, with the camera. Look, I got niggas that have verified this. I got chicks verified, niggas that verified, official.
Right.
I was there. And then after that, he was like nervous, like, yo, Self, why you had the nigga? I didn't have him slap you.
Right.
What happened was my niggas that I run with got mad because the sound was too familiar and they felt like you was...
He was taking this shit.
Yeah, and eat him, slap him.
But was that a thing that would... Because Kanye said it. And he said, everybody know. Did people feel like Just Blaze was a beat
stole
biter?
a lot of styles.
He was just paying homage.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, even your man Jim. Oh, if I go here, I might have to cut.
You might want to drink some water, bro.
Yeah, drink a little water.
Take one more sip. Tip that cup back. Tip that cup back.
I mean,
Nah, I ain't even gonna.
yeah, but I'm sure there's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things like, cause the studio where all my shit happened at was in Harlem, where we at.
Right.
On 145th and Lenox. In the building 6, the big high rise, I built a booth inside an apartment in that building. And that's where I made What's My Name, that's where I made all the Josh shit, all the rest of that shit. But I just know niggas used to be scared to come to my crib to record and get beats.
Oh.
I was like the you of the producer. Hey, yo, I didn't even go home. Look, every time I used to watch you get into sound, like, yeah, that's my nigga. Because I was really on some other shit. Like, niggas used to be like, don't bring Self to your sessions. Because he gonna bring like 80 niggas that ain't right.
Or that is right, ain't gonna let you do no fuck shit.
No, niggas just on some street shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about the music industry, nothing.
Yeah, that happens too.
I rolled with niggas that didn't give 2 fucks about the music industry. So, you know, I've seen a lot of shit. And,
Yeah, have you ever seen anything satanic? No Illuminati-ish.
nah. It is a circle.
Major.
It's a circle in the entertainment
Make or break
industry. You get into that circle,
You straight.
you cool.
If they like you.
That's where you get the niggas that got the names that's out front. Like niggas like you, like no bullshit, like you ill.
Yeah.
But you're not Kanye. I'm not Kanye. You understand?
Right.
I'm not Dre or I'm not Swiss or I'm not these other names. We not these big names. The niggas that get them big names, they in that circle.
Facts.
When you see a person,
And shit happens in that
when you
circle.
see a person go from 0 to 9 million in 3 days, he's in the circle. When you see a person during the pandemic pop up with a major motion picture in 4 days, he's in the circle.
I got introduced to the circle, but I never jumped in.
Why not?
It's not me.
Once you in there, let you out, they'll kill you, boy.
I'm a street nigga first.
They'll put you in the ground.
I'm still Debo in my mind.
Right. Yeah.
In my mind, I'm still 300.
No. Tone, break it down. You said once you in, you don't get out.
Nah, you dying that.
It's a wrap.
You dying that, bro. Because
And believe me, it's a
lot.
real
It's a business. It's a company. It's
real.
It's Fortune 9 million companies. You know what I'm saying? And they got a lot riding on you to make you that. But the thing about it is, you got to go to their parties. You got to wear that shirt, and then come find you got that shirt you got on. He got the same shirt on. Sometimes a cat will send you a shirt. Come to my party. Have fun, hang out. You gotta wear the shirt. You wear that shirt. Yeah, it's real.
Just a jacket or a shirt or a brand.
Yeah,
a hat
they mark you as a game.
Like
I bet you I can kiss him and don't get smacked.
Oh, you down with us now? You rocking with us now? And jackets and hats and hoodies and all that. But I'm like, damn, if I do that, then I mean, I'm in. Like I avoided a lot of situations.
Right.
Like and now with the new generation,
crazy.
some of these niggas just don't give a fuck.
They're just trying to get up.
They just trying to get up. Even when I'm listening to the God's stories, I'm saying to myself like, wow.
I'm fucked up. They sold plasma.
They no.
I did some shit.
Yo, what's up, son? Don't worry, you up. You up.
Nah,
Don't worry about it, man.
Out of tonight, you gained the OG.
Yeah, that's real.
And I'm there in Miami with you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm there. I live there. My family's there.
Right.
I drove my car up here to work for the shit, and I'm driving back after this weekend. But I'm there, nigga. We gonna link. But trust me, it's shit that going in. Like I do consulting now to try to help the younger brothers not to hit some of these pitfalls.
Like I said, when you got them certain G's in your circle, they're not gonna play with your money. They're gonna talk to you
Niggas
different.
don't give a fuck about money.
They're gonna smile at
seen
you different,
millions.
and they're gonna give you work. Oh wow, I'm on that movie soundtrack. Don't worry about it. Oh, don't worry about it.
That shit even go like, remember when Tip got locked up for them guns? Remember? Tip didn't have no real OGs in his clique. Cause a real nigga would have said, nigga, what you going?
You doing what?
You don't like the plug never go to jail.
Hey yo, Mac, go do that.
Yes.
Right.
Or yo, Tone, go do that.
All
real
day.
quick. You stay your ass right here, Tip.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, you need that situation. But what I do understand too, though, is a lot of OGs that claim they OGs is sucker niggas.
Oh yes.
Crackheads. Fucked up niggas. It's like my kids love me because they be like, yo, you the coolest dad ever. Motherfucking right.
Yeah, mine too.
Because I ain't no crackhead. I ain't no sucker nigga. I come from a certain cloth.
Right.
That cloth means we don't snitch, we don't tell, we don't fuck with niggas' bitches.
Right.
We don't do none of that.
Honorable shit.
And we keep niggas in line to the right thing, but there's not a lot of OGs that do that. So when you find one and you be able to, you know what I'm saying? They bring
That's why I never
you
understood
do
the cat. Remember the boy that OD'd on the plane or some crazy stuff when he swallowed those pills?
Juice.
Yeah.
Juice WRLD.
I never understood
Why he would do it.
No, I don't understand why he's holding that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You never let the plug go to. If you the artist and you part of paying my T-Mobile bill, you got what on you? Man, let me get that. Stop playing with me, boy. Yeah, come on, you can't. No, when the police come here,
I
excuse
remember
me, I got it. Yeah, let's go.
I remember seeing videos
Yeah,
with
bail
Lil
me out.
Wayne. Lil Wayne coming out on stage, throwing his jacket, saying there's a whole bunch of fuck niggas with me after he caught a charge with like 30 people on the bus with him.
Crazy.
How does that happen?
That doesn't
Because everybody that surrounds you isn't for you.
And they got their own agenda. They're here
Word.
for pictures, likes, selfies,
Attention.
Yeah.
Attention is the new currency.
and they want to be you.
Word.
the popularity thing today.
Attention is the new
They
currency.
need to be
This
seen.
is your camera, nonstop in your face. You're on camera all the time.
You ever
and
ask
that's more
yourself-
important than the money.
Out of all the cats around you, who's blocking you from talking? You know cats probably want to talk to you, but your man won't let him get through because if he let him through, he's no longer the funniest cat in the room.
One of my best friends.
See?
One of my best friends, I had to let him go, like stealing money and all of that.
Blocking you from
Yeah,
relationships.
facts.
All of that.
Yeah.
I met somebody and she said, you supposed to have 4 Grammys right now.
See?
You supposed to be you know, you supposed to have at least 7 million in your account. She said she was a prophet. And I said, why are you telling me this? She said, because you got somebody around you that don't want you to succeed. They all walked in. When he walked in, she said, it's him.
Oh.
6 months later, 40 grand was out my account.
See, he lined you up.
And I was ignoring the signs. You know what I'm saying? But
you gotta pay attention.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
Because that could have went either way.
Some people will use your name to open doors.
Facts.
But once they get inside, they lock it.
The crazy thing is, he didn't want to do the work. He wanted to spend the money. He didn't want to get no placements. I can honestly say, 2017 is the beginning. So in 5 years, right? In 5 years, I haven't gotten any placement from anybody but myself. I've gotten the rooms. As you can see, I'm here today, just no label, my PR, nobody. Like, I'm here on the strength of me because I want it that bad. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of people will try to block the growth because, well, dang, I gotta
Their
actually
agenda's
do the
different.
work.
Their
I gotta put in the
agenda's
work.
different.
But then when the check come, like, where my percentage at?
Right.
Like, I brought my boy a car, did all of that, put him in a condo, did all of that, just for him to say, well, bro, I don't think I want to do this no more. Because the check stopped coming because I got smart. I can't give you 50% of my BMI if you never did
You
anything.
ain't bringing no money in.
You ain't bringing no money in. So I'm like, bruh, I can't, oh, nah, well, this ain't for me. I think I want to do something else.
That's a fact.
And it ain't no disrespect, it's all love, but now the money coming up short. People telling me, well, you know you could be getting 30 grand a beat, but he's settling for 5 or 3. And I'm like, huh? Or your boy ain't never tried to get us in a room with nobody. And I'm like, he never called y'all? He never called. And I'm like, that shit is crazy. But people will try to stop you from growing because they don't want you to succeed.
Right.
They don't want you to, they can't, and I grew up with him. So it's like, I can't fathom, bro, being bigger than me.
You were outgrowing him.
That was it.
Yeah, but you know what's ill as an older nigga? Like, I have niggas that I grew up with that I love to death. From the cradle, that I love to death. But I deal with them from a distance. And then as shit go, as time go, and some niggas you might be with, you gonna find out that they change.
Right.
They might not be like, we might have been like this from the beginning. 10, 20 years ago, experiences that they went through, you understand? And the experience I went through, it might not match no more.
Right.
Or you did.
Yeah.
They changed or you did, but that's called growth.
Yeah, it's called growth.
And no one should be punished for that, with the exception of when you start making someone else suffer for your changes.
Right.
Your man, I'm not mad that I'm not mad that there was an opportunity, but the second he needed to cut your throat to get to that opportunity, that's when he was being fouled. There's nothing wrong with being used. It's being misused.
I mean,
or
everybody
abused.
get used.
Right.
Because you're
Everybody.
useful.
Full, right. If you can't be used, you're useless.
You're not.
Right. But don't abuse me.
Right.
Don't misuse me.
It got to the point where he was staying with me, rent free. I'm like, bro, if you need something, just let me know. I understand. I told you to quit your job to manage me. You know what I'm saying? You my brother. Like, come rock out with me, right? And he was like, yeah, for sure. But it got to the point where I said, bro, just give me half, right? Like, half of the rent. My rent was like, I'm in a high rise, big high rise, 5,000 a month. I said, just give me 700, bro. I didn't know what you get paid because I'm paying you, right? It got to the point where, bro, I'm not paying. I ain't got it this month. I'm like, all right, cool.
700?
700. Big penthouse, right? I said, cool. Next month comes. Bro, I ain't got it this month. Third month comes around. The first comes. He's not saying anything to me. I'm like, all right, I'm just wait till the third and see if he got it.
Yeah.
Right? And he like, bro, you got the bread? Oh, nah, my fault. Fourth month comes. Bro, you gonna tell me you ain't got the bread? Bro, you know I ain't got the money. Like, bro, this is embarrassing.
Oh, and then he turned to
like,
that.
nigga, like, at least tell me something. Like,
him.
put it on your tab. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
See,
ain't
my,
no
my
pressure.
issue is sometimes if we team, we could run the game. Let's run the game.
Together.
That's it.
Together. Just
But
don't
once
run it on
you
me.
start running the game on me,
it's
I
violated.
can't fuck with you no more, man.
Facts.
Now you running it on me, and I'm fine. I'm hip to it, and I'm like, oh, damn, you running it on me now? That's crazy.
That's because they them first. They're watching everybody love you.
Yeah.
They're watching everybody
want that.
love you.
They want that.
Some people can't take. I'm genuinely happy when my people come up.
Facts.
I get excited. I be in the house
too.
doing a little 1-2 dance when the email come through to let me know one of my clients who I got super cool with just got something. Oh my God, I start dancing. I see the number. He called me, yo, something happened. Oh, I start, oh shit, that's what's up. I start telling people like it happened to me. It don't take long to realize that everybody ain't got that energy. And they're not wrong for it. Then you just not built like that. And it's my fault for trying to put that square peg in a round hole. You didn't belong there, bro. You was in the wrong club in the first place.
Is that going back to the business analogy?
It always does. It always does. I don't take shit personal
Me neither.
in this
No
life.
more.
Those days
Because
are
I don't
over.
expect nothing from nobody.
The
I don't
shit that-
expect people to do right.
The shit that's coming
I
from
think they're
you.
going to do
Surprise
wrong from
me.
the beginning.
But that's
Surprise me. That's how I feel. Surprise me.
That's a reflection of you. The way you treat me, the way you come at me, if you're trying to cut my throat, you're trying to do me dirty, first of all, I'm always have another idea. You know what I mean? You can't bury me. I'm always having another
Because
idea.
you're a creator.
You're the factory.
I'm ill, nigga. Like that was never gonna happen. I'm ill.
I love
So
that.
I'm not worried about you stealing this idea, taking that concept, running with this, running with that, et cetera, et cetera. Never worried about it. The question that was gonna come out of my mouth, you can go ahead and ask it. It won't hit the same way because it didn't come from me. So I'm not worried about that. You trying to cut my throat, you telling me more about you. You telling me how insecure you are. You telling me how shook you are. You telling me that you don't trust your own talent. I trust the fuck out of me. I've seen him in a battle. He trusts the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
He know what it is.
Yeah.
You get in front of a machine, you know what you gonna do, bro. You get in you know what you gonna do.
Right.
You get in the gym, you know what you gonna do.
I ain't lift weights no more. I'm too focused on film. Fuck them weights.
Yeah, because you can lift the head up.
Let's talk about that film a little bit.
Definitely. That was the next.
Yeah, let's
that was the
slide
next
over.
step. Bro, you have.
Earl.
He said, Earl.
That's how you separate the who's who. Most people that call him DMX, you know that's a fan.
That's gotta be a tough position.
Nah, it's not. You know why? Because I eat and sleep with that, bruh.
Right.
Like me, this shit touched me, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Even talk about this dude. Because he gone, you know?
Right.
Condolences, man.
Yeah, man.
Condolences.
He didn't have to go out, man. It's crazy.
What does this movie mean to you? Because before, it was a movie you was doing with your man.
Yeah.
But now it's,
In remembrances.
yeah.
I'm like relentless right now, bro. I got a phone call from a Spanish girl's husband's team 4 days ago. Asked me if I want to sell a movie. I said, hell no. How much for 50%? Nothing. When I first started this journey, it's funny, when people that got money don't want to part with money.
Right.
They just want to talk and receive emails. I'm not from that cloth. I'm a yes or no dude. Either we doing it or we not.
Right.
What's your bank account number, man? What's your routing number? What's your cash app? Let's talk like that.
Yeah.
I got an iconic guy's last film. Why we got to run seminars about this? You know what I'm saying? I got 4 dope scenes on. I got his face done over in CGI on purpose. This dogman shit is serious. But see, some people, they'll watch you grind hard as hell, and then once they see the lights on, that's when they want to come talk to you. And they know I'm a kind of aggressor. Like I'm like a recovering thug. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
I know how you feel.
Yeah,
I know how you
sometimes
feel. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Sometimes I can relapse. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
He's a recovery.
so like I do shit like this. Like I'll do shit like I'll squeeze my pockets to make sure I got my bail money on me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm about to peel your face back, bro. You don't even know. Like It's bad right now. I don't want you even ask me an idiot-ass question. I even like you as a person. so you didn't even ask me some shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, you go hang with the Pope, bro.
Right.
Yeah. So I got this project, man, that's it's serious, man. Like imagine John Q, Biker Boys and Heat all in one. That's this movie. I wrote this shit. I didn't go to school for this shit.
John Q, Biker Boys.
John Q, Biker Boys and Heat.
And Heat,
That's,
all in one.
That's Dogman.
Shit serious. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I got your number. I'm gonna send you some sides, show you how I write.
You can't threaten me with a good time, please.
Listen to me, bro. I'm not saying I'm the best writer.
Yeah.
But he did hell of a good
You
job.
tell me a little bit about you, a little bit. I'll make you look like, wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's easy for me to write that. I lived it.
Right.
So when you live a certain way, it's easy for
The details, you know the details.
Yes, I do.
And details are what make a movie for me. Like, I hate to see things where all of a sudden the character be doing this and you're like, yo, wait, what happened in between that? How we get here?
I just saw a dumb movie.
details.
Homeboy had the gun in his hand. It was cocked already, and then he cocked it like it was already cocked. I saw the barrel back. What are you
Like, it be
doing
stuff
here?
like that'll make me turn the movie off. Like, I don't even want to watch this shit no more.
This, like I said, Dogman is X's last film. There's no more after this.
How many years in the making is this?
Like 10, because he kept going to jail on me.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
But I waited. You know, they said, yo, why don't you get this person? I said, nah, he's not aggressive enough. Why don't you get this dude? I said, I don't like him as a person. It ain't gonna work. Yo, when you write a certain way, that's why now when I write movies, I don't write for one person because you be stuck waiting for one person. I don't write a movie just for Denzel.
For that one
No, I write a movie for, I make anybody here a star. That's how I write now.
Right.
What's
What's the premise of the movie? And how did you handle him coming in and out of jail? Is there a time lapse?
Nah, I mean, I know who he is. I know he can deliver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we did it, it's crazy what he did. Like, he goes into character like that. But the thing about it, let me tell you something. Most rappers can do that as long as they're comfortable with you.
Right.
If a person can tap in, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? If I give you something that's you normally doing, he gonna deliver.
Right.
Like, I don't really like dealing with actors because they brain is like it's short. That's why it's cut.
Right.
But a rapper or a person that does stage plays, I deal with them all day. Their brain is crazy.
You memorize things like that.
And they know how to improvise. And you don't know whether he messed up or not. You know what I'm saying? But like Dogman is a must see. Like Belly was cool.
This is different.
This is way different, man. You got 5 personalities in this joint that's gone. You know? Like
5.
This movie has got a lawyer, a cop, a DA, and a judge. Like all these dudes, they're all friends in this joint. It's about the nightlife, but it's some real shoot. Like the gun working here is crazy. My team, I'm gonna tell you a short story. I was in Mexico, hanging out with the homies. I come back to Philly, come from Philly. They call me and say, yo, the cat we was hanging out with, his mom just died. I said, wow, that's fucked up. I said, so what's up? He said he's trying to get his brothers, but his brothers in the jungle and their phones don't work. I said, okay, but what's up? He said he don't got no money to bury his mom. I said, what? I said, dog, you can cash at me for that. I paid for the homie's mom to get buried. They call me on FaceTime, homeboy thanking me, yo, thank you very much, da-da-da-da-da. I get a phone call from Mexico. You know what's going on in Mexico. I'm not taking that phone call. What do you call me for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the homie from LA called me and said, yo, pick that phone call up. It's the homies. I picked the phone call up. He said, yo, you don't know who I am. My name is Alejandro. Thank you for what you did for my brother. Unfortunately, we couldn't take the call, so we was in the jungle shooting. He said, they tell me you got a film you're doing. He said, don't worry about it. We're going to do all your special effects and all your stuff for free. Who's this guy? He's the guy that did Pirates of the Caribbean. He's on my team. I call him directly. It's my nigga. Yes. I got the keys to Mexico to do whatever I want in Mexico. Yes, they killing all they crazy, but they don't play with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Long Beach, I got that on Smash 2. LA on Smash 2. I got an office in London, and Germany. And the crazy,
London.
my homies in London told me, forget America, come over here. I'll get you the whole cast from Top Boy, and we could do the movie over here. Yeah. Because like when people see you, like here it is, I'm
doing
in
the
America,
soundtrack and score.
but
I need
we got
you
all
for
this
that.
talent
We
here.
gonna work.
But people
work.
play too much. They don't want to do a lot of talking, or they want to see how much you're going to do. I'm over 300,000 with my own money in this project. That's how much I believe.
Right.
You ask me how much you got of your own skin. What? I'll get nothing for free. Yeah, but I ain't selling no plasma though, bro.
You ain't never gonna lay the plasma down. Now the new OGs, we gonna always tell you about your plasma.
Hey man, then now they gotta pay him for it. That's the deep shit. That's the deep shit.
So here's what I said. So I was trying to find the bread to finish this joint off. So everybody doing a lot of talking. I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna do a soundtrack. I went to Jada, told him what the plug was. He said, oh, hell yeah. So now I'm gonna go Atlanta, LA, Detroit, Chicago, Boston, Massachusetts, New York, Philly, looking for the hottest artists to put on the soundtrack.
Too.
London and Germany, to put on the soundtrack called The Last Growl. So right now I've got a Rick Ross record, we got a Bruno Mars record, we got a Game record, Trey Songz record. I got all these records. So I'm gonna take the new cats and put them on with these old cats.
Hard.
Talk to you after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the sounds.
And I got self doing the beat.
I gotta make sure.
Self
So where you trying to take this to?
probably Jupiter.
Jupiter?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk.
Like, you get one time to do some real mean shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do I know I can't do it by myself? Hell yeah, I know I can't do it by myself.
Right.
But I'm not pressed to fuck with a cat that I know is gonna drop the ball. 'Cause I don't really work well with excuses.
Right.
Whatever you're good at, let's go ahead and bring this relationship and make it happen.
And on top of that, this is the last thing that the people.
There's no more to this, bro.
Yeah.
You hear all kinds of cats. Oh, we got a documentary. Listen, man. Me and Earl, every time we talked on the phone, I record every one of our conversations because we're dealing with this movie. So I got every one of our conversations on record. So if I wanted to, like, I don't tell him what to say. I get to talk about Dogman, then he go off and start talking about what he gonna talk about. So it's some shit he said, fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga. That's what he said. I can't tell him to say he like you. He said, fuck you. So it's what it is.
Right.
But the making of Dogman, like I watch other people do these documentaries, but this making it that I got with this behind the scenes is retarded.
What was the movie that Mario Van Peebles did about his father?
I think I remember that.
Something badass.
Badass.
Yeah, it's something's badass. Something. I know the movie you're talking.
That's the format. All right, I got
That's
you.
what you- oh,
I
okay.
got you. I got
Can you
I see it.
see past this movie?
I got
Like what happens after this film? I know it's all encompassing right now, but like, can you see what you want to do after this?
I got the yeah. Are you familiar with JBM in Philadelphia?
Say it again.
JBM, Junior Black Mafia.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that's going to be my second joint. But I'm going to do that as a TV series. But I got another script. I got 3 scripts that's crazy. My first script I wrote was called The Last Parole Officer. I kind of knew I was a dope writer when I was at the Grammys. And certain person said, yo, let me see the joint, let them read it, loved it. And they wanted to buy it. And when I knew they wanted to buy it, I said, oh, no, hell no, I'm keeping this. That's how I knew I was on to something.
Right.
So then my second script I wrote was called E-Ways, a motorcycle film. Everybody thought I was going to do that first. I said, fuck that. So I wrote Dogman. When I wrote Dogman, said, yo, I'm in Philly, come check me. I let him read the shit. He said, oh, hell yeah. He, like, no lawyers. Niggas, we signed right off. Boom, I went to Cali, got distribution. I got 1,000 theaters with AMC theaters, Netflix, overseas already. I did all the hard shit first. But then what kind of slowed me up because Earl kept going back and forth to jail. And then sometimes people will watch you, they don't even try to assist to help. They just let the dominoes fall off crazy with no structure.
Right.
You gotta come pick the dominoes up and line them back up. Then you gain momentum and then something happens, you lose momentum. Right now, like I said, my brothers helped me from afar right now. Everything I'm doing is everything is landing.
The switch.
Yes, it's a no-brainer. Yeah.
What was your last memory of him?
You always ask me, are you gonna come see me? Are you coming to see me? Oh, no onions. Just give me a regular cheesesteak with no onions. Are you coming to see me? No, fuck that. Come on, I love you.
That's what he said?
Yeah. I started fucking with Earl Hard Body like in '97. Like when he was getting paid $150,000 a show, he charged me $30 for arena. Yeah, that was in 2000. And from there, I never did nothing on the strength with him. No, let's rock this out together. Let's build. Nah, I always cut him. I don't owe him nothing. I always pay him. Jada, I always pay him. You know, like with that whole circle, I always kept the relationship strong with the artists. I can die tomorrow. I don't owe them no money. Nope.
The honorable way.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. That's different, man.
Yeah.
And he's one of those artists that touch you right here.
What? He's an
He
icon.
was different. How long ago was that conversation?
This year.
I talked to him probably 3 months before I was in Nashville with him in the studio.
Yeah.
And we did a couple records that was supposed to be on the project.
He came from Nashville, went to Miami, and came to me.
Yep. And he made a stop in Atlanta too.
That's where I was at.
With Craig. Yeah.
I was
so I
there
linked
with
up
me.
with Craig.
You know
yeah.
Bishop?
Nah, I linked up with so my brother.
Ain't no Jungle.
Nah, so let me tell you.
Let
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It was real quick. It was real quick. So I'm in Nashville, right? I went to school in Nashville, of course. So my brother called me on the phone. He like, bro, you would never believe who I got in my chair right now. I said, who you got in the chair? He said, bro, I got DMX in the chair, bro. I'm finna go in, I'm finna turn the camera, bro. I said, bro, you got who? He like, watch, bro. So he was like, yo, X, this my brother, one I was telling you about make beats. Like, how you doing? You good?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you a legend. Like, I run a rock. He like, man, so yeah, he told me you the man with the beats. Like, come through. I'm like, shit, I'm in Atlanta at the time. So I hopped in the car. I said, where y'all at tonight? Craig hopped on the phone. He was like, yeah, undisclosed location, but
This nigga's a
you know what I'm
hustler.
saying, I'm gonna have you come through.
He don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna have
He
you
gonna
come
sell
through. So I'm
plasma,
like,
give
all
me
right.
cars,
For real, I'm like, shit.
Right.
Cause you gotta understand, like, y'all did it on a whole nother level then, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is big for me. I always wanted to work with the monumental people, right? So I'm like, man, I'm finna get in. Like, it's only 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gone, right? So I go there, I go to the barbershop, I'm like, where they at? He was like, shit, they just went to the liquor store, like, you know what I'm saying? But we finna go out there in Brentwood or something like that. So we pull up, he was like, yo, make sure you get some bitches. Make sure the bitches come through. So I'm like, all right, bet, you feel me? So I called someone, you know what I'm saying, that I used to know. So I'm like, all right, cool. But the vibe was just different. I'm playing beats, and he heard one beat, started writing to it. That's one thing that I enjoy about rap now. Like, we don't write nothing. We punch everything in, we freestyle. Him, he got that note, and he did it, right? Then he recorded the record, and he said, I'm gonna listen to it for 3 days. Then I'm gonna go in there and spit it. And when he went in and did it, dog, it was so flawless. Like, he put the emotion and the pain behind it, and that kind of like touched me, cause I was like, okay, this is what real rap is. Like, it's nowadays we'll do a record and it's like, cool, that's it. Like, I'm gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, he was like, nah, let me make sure it's perfect. Let me make sure it's right. So I'm thinking we getting ready to drop the record. He passed. And I'm like, shit. So I called Craig, like, man, condolences. But I'm really, no disrespect, but I'm like, man, I'm like, what we doing with that record? Like,
You got the record?
I don't have it. Craig got it. So he like, yo, like.
Craig in Nashville?
I ain't here.
Craig, yeah, he here, right? So he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I got another record. Like, I text message, he called me, text me probably like 2 weeks ago. He was like, I want to get his kids on the record. And I was like, all right, cool. But I'm like, man, so what we doing? He was like, I'm gonna keep you on the hook though. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, it's just different, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's-
I always wanted to work with, like, the greats. And the first thing that I saw was the video that we all see on Instagram when I think he was out the country. And it was just him in
that
the red
massive
jumpsuit.
concert?
Yeah, and I was like, yo, like,
That's real.
that's what I'm working towards, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really wanted to just pick his brain, but at that time,
You gotta make big records, brother, do that.
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, look, let me go ahead. I came on a mission, production. Like, I always have two different sides of me, right? If I'm going in there for a purpose, I'm going in there to produce. I ain't gonna try to go in there and bombard somebody, be like, you know how I rap.
Right.
Like, nah, that's not what you're coming in for. So I went in there and I'm just listening. I'm taking in all the gems, right? I said, I'll chop it up with him later.
Right.
He went on live. He did his the little prayer and he had an announcement.
With the gray shirt?
Yeah.
That's the night he did my drop for me.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Right? So they was like, come through. But by this time, I'm already back in Atlanta. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just come back tomorrow. So Craig was like, well, we coming to Atlanta. I had to go to Florida. So I'm like, damn. I'm like, I can't even whip. So it kind of, hell no, I'm doing that again. I'm not, see, I used to drive from Nashville to Florida because I ain't had no money.
Right.
That's a 13-hour drive. So I said, nah, I'm too old. I got too much money to do that now. You know what I'm saying? Keep driving 13 hours.
Right.
So, but I never got a chance to really just sit there and talk to him. He was like, no, you hard, like you dope. And he heard my vocals. And that's when I knew that I was doing something. He was like, why you ain't take off like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, cause I was focused on this. He was like, nah, like, trust me. Like he heard the records, was like, bro, you got something, like, just keep going.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the certain type of gems that you need, especially when you trying to transition from a producer to an artist, because a lot of times they kind of downplay the producer that wants to be the artist.
Right.
Like I saw Evolution, Hip Hop Evolution, and everybody was saying how Kanye would come in and
no, everybody would like wave him off.
Whatever.
Right.
So that's what they used to do to me. I used to go in the room like, hey, like after this interview, I'm going to go up to all of y'all and be like, y'all need to listen to these records. I'm going to do this. I'm just giving y'all a fair warning. Fuck these beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck these beats. Like, trust me. The beats, I done got the accolades. Fuck the beats. I'm on some other shit now. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all see, just be ready to listen to at least one record. You know what I'm saying? But
And that's amazing, man.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he made me relentless. He was like, just keep going. He was like, I was you. I was like, shit. Like, he was like, just keep going, bro. That's all he said to me. And still to this day, it's like, all right, cool. I'm going to do
You
it.
take that with you.
Man, come on, man.
That's beautiful.
Because not
But,
many
you know-
rappers do that to you. They'll tell you to
There's
sit
not.
back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
But-
said it depends on who you in the
Yeah.
studio. I told you.
But the thing is, from what you told me, like X of our generation,
Yeah.
but you've been working with somebody who almost means the same to their generation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
NBA Youngboy.
NBA, he's a different, he gives me a vibe. He has an old soul. Same thing with Kodak. I'm gonna tell you this now. A lot of people think that the young generation are dumb. They play dumb. I was just talking about that. When Kodak was locked up, he would call me at least 3 times a week saying, bro, can you send me another book? And I'm like, you ran through the other one? He was like, yeah, bro. Like, I need something to read. Same thing with Youngboy. Youngboy said, I'll play dumb with you. He said, cause, but I'm really a street nigga. But everybody know street niggas ain't dumb. You gotta know how to move around. You gotta know how to, move in certain situations.
Right.
Can't no dumb nigga do that, right?
Right.
So, Youngboy, he will motivate. He knows how to motivate you in more ways than one. And a lot of times, he'll give you those gems. Like he gave me an NBA chain. And I'm in Houston. He said, hey, say, gangster. He said, you know what that chain come with? I said, what that mean? He was like, hey, say, that chain come with murder, you hear me? He was like, you gotta understand, like, if you gonna fuck with me, what if you go do a show, you hear me? And when you get on that bus, somebody follow you and shoot that shit up. Now my beef is your beef. And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? You feel me? So I'm like, tuck this chain like you feel me? I'm just like, damn, like, I'm just coming to make beats, but, you feel me? But he was like, understand this, bro, like, you fucking with me, you coming, you taking on everything that come with me. Like, I don't have no problem with co-signing you. I ain't got no problem with rocking with you because you helped me.
Right.
And I respect that. But the music that comes out today is not the same as before, but this younger generation feels like he's Tupac.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as him going to jail and all of that.
Right.
To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't really listen to today's music at all because I don't want to sound like anybody. So when I make these records, or if I'm in the studio with YB, I don't, I listen to it then, or when the record comes, because a lot of times I don't know why the hip hop industry is like this, we don't even know what the songs sound like until it comes out at all. They were like, yeah, y'all got 5 records on the album. I'm like, do y'all got the names of them? Yeah, we got the names. Can y'all play them? Nah, we don't want them to leak. I'm like, what the hell? But y'all want me to sign the paperwork. I like, what if he's saying Double A suck dick in this bitch or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't know what he's saying.
I don't know what the fuck he's saying. I'm not finna clear it.
Right.
But now you want this bread or not? All right, cool. So now we gotta wait till the rest of the world hit a record. And I'm just like, all right, cool. But one thing about YB, he's gonna touch the people. And that's why I was listening to an interview that he was doing just now when we first walked in. He gonna touch the people in more ways than one. He gonna inspire everybody. He does a lot of things off the camera that people don't see. Like he'll give $2,000, $3,000 to a random. He'll see somebody at the mall and be like, you, come on. Like, I see you kind of down and out. Go shopping on me. Or take this, you come, do whatever you want to do. Like he's gonna inspire the people. He's gonna touch them. I'm not sure like how X did or anybody else. But
He empty his pocket for you.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I saw that. I saw that in the interview.
He didn't worship money.
Yeah.
He never bought like crazy cars. He the type of dude would take a F-150 and put a Corvette motor in it.
That's crazy.
That's the type of stuff he'd do. Like he never had no crazy cars. He had regular stuff.
Yeah.
He was
But
simple.
that's the type of thing that makes you legendary. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will come and worship the materialistic and they don't touch. All of this is cool. I do this because the label tell me, oh, you need to, you know what I'm saying, have that image. You rap now. Double A, you need to be in the forefront. You have to do all of that. Bro, I like sweats. I go to H&M and be cool, I promise you. You know what I'm saying? I came up here.
Ain't nothing like them little H&M.
You know what I'm saying? Real comfortable, you know what I'm saying? But nah, Double A, like you gotta change up the swag. I'm a Florida nigga, so I had gold permanent. That's the only reason I put these diamonds in there, cause you know, I had to change it up. But once I'm able to take these out, well, I can take them out now, but I done paid so much money for them, they permanent. So once I get ready to take them out, I'm going white. You know what I'm saying? That was in my younger days when I was young and wild, but I want to be able to touch the people. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, bruh. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize that. Like I got a day, Double A day, where I give away 500 to 1,000 book bags every year. They gave me the key to the city, to 2 cities, Riviera Beach, West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They did that for me, right? I give away, I have a Fund the Family initiative. Last year I did 4 families, I pay for their rent, right? I do certain free haircuts, free food for the community. That's the type of shit that makes me go, what is my legacy? That's what it is. Fuck the jury, because we can't die with it. But when I die, I want to be able to have that legacy to say, okay, Double A Day gonna keep going on. Well, Double A did this, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. A lot of people don't realize that because we so focused on what we doing here instead of, okay, what are you leaving behind? I'm trying to change the world with this shit.
You need to explain that to the people who...
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. But it's watching people like X who did that.
Facts.
Explain that to the people who are telling you you need to look like X.
We had the meeting today. We had the meeting today. These niggas told me I need to get a ring light and start dancing.
Bro.
What?
Hey, say.
A ring light and dancing for...
They told me
They
I
want
need
you
to
to
get
do
a ring light. They said, I said, I don't want a ring light. They said, why? I said, for 2 reasons. I said, my 10-year-old daughter got a ring light, right? And all the bad bitches I know got ring lights. The fuck what am I doing?
I'm a bad bitch now.
What's a
You
ring
feel
light?
me? Bad bitch dog. You feel me?
What's a ring light though?
The ring light, these.
Dude, that's the ring light.
So you put that
that's
shit
what
on.
they put
they
on
play
for
some music. You do your little I'm straight,
niggas.
to make my lighting right.
No. And the label told him to do that.
That's where they want me to put a filter on next. Probably.
That's too much.
Come on, man. You doing too much.
And they was dead ass.
Look, it's the authenticity that lasts.
That's it.
I had a motor technique told me once. He was like, yo, listen. Man, if you could follow the trends, you might make a lot of money. Make a whole lot of money. But the people that you think with you, they with you for that trend.
That's it.
So as soon as somebody else come along doing the same shit you doing, but just a little bit better, they gone. And your shit is erased. But if you keep it real with people, you might not have all the fans in the world, but they gonna rock with you forever.
Facts.
And you can go home.
I kind of agree with that. I don't.
And you can go home.
I gotta say, I agree with it because I went on tour with him. And after every night, that whole club turned into a line.
To get
To
autographs,
just
talk
talk,
to him.
shake his hand, buy something. We would be there longer than this, like 4 hours after the shit is over.
That's how Earl was.
I think you're changing the narrative, though. I think you are.
How so?
Me personally.
How so?
I think because, you know, he's making his own way right now, where everything is happening. And I kind of lost it a little bit, but don't worry about it. I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back. I just think like what he's doing, if he stick to what he's doing and the way he's doing it, that shit's just gonna skyrocket.
Isn't that what
I don't
we've
see
told?
nothing else stopping him.
That's what we've told every great, every legend. I don't understand why the labels rush for this cookie cutter setup and situation when all the greats are dudes who did something unique.
Because they keep the lights on.
You want to know one of the other things too is?
Well, I know that. I know why.
You know what the other thing is too? The world roots for the underdog. They don't root for the nigga that's already on.
Yeah, facts.
No, they
I
love
wanna
to see
the
him
nigga
fall.
that's the underdog win over the other niggas. That's just how life been since the beginning. Like my whole shit is now, it's not like you're an underdog, but you're a person that's coming in from the ground level. You started this shit from ground level.
Facts.
Nigga, now you popping. If your vision, from your vision, brought all this about. And other people might not have seen your vision.
I'm witness to
And
that.
that's how it is with me.
Shout out to the people that did.
Hey, that's right. You
Shout out to
always
people that
give
did.
them the,
Right.
yeah, always the respect. But at the end of the day, my nigga, like, seriously, sometimes you just gotta bow your head and stay firing.
Keep moving in that direction.
Fuck everything else.
Best advice the whole night. The best advice. I gotta give you
Give me no clue. I'm getting ready to drink again. I'm still drunk though.
Yo,
drunk.
Mac,
Sir.
anything you want to announce?
Shout out to Demo, Himalayan Pink Salt. Shout out to the Combine, More/Cold Day and Health featuring Head Ice. Shout out to Viper Records. Mechanism Monday, every Monday I try and give some free advice to any artist who wants to listen. Tune in or tune out.
Tone, Dogman.
Yes, Dogman, The Last Growl. My team in London, Jason, the Negotiator, Nora, Dina, the whole Black Eye team, Self. I brought Moses on to help me with the sound. You know what I'm saying? Yes. That's it.
Mike, we gotta get you back in here.
Man, shout out to y'all for having us for one.
Salute, salute, salute.
A
Salute.
lot of game from y'all just in this session.
Good.
Man.
But this is what needs to happen.
Yeah.
This is what needs to. This is what they fear.
Oh, yes.
That connection. They destroy families for a reason. This
They don't like when we
society
make-
is set up to destroy your family for a reason. So you don't get the information from the old heads and the young heads ain't sharing. They not communicating.
Right.
So
We're
you
not
could
communicating.
infiltrate that easily. But once we get together, bro,
Game
I
time.
love the fact that we kind of gelled this tonight.
You're most deaf. It
Because
was much needed. I'm glad that we did that.
I got young boys that's in the game now, even in Miami, that's here. You know, I'm an OG, so I got a couple of situations. And niggas is always a dividing in the gap.
Yeah.
right.
Like, they be like, yo, some of y'all old niggas are suckers. And then they say, like, some of the old niggas that got knowledge don't want to tell the young niggas shit.
That's wrong.
So, like, this, what you put together tonight with me and him is wonderful. And I'm good with that.
Sure.
I ain't mean to jump my turn, though.
No, you good.
It's all good. Dubba.
Hey, look, man. New record on the way. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we got Hold You Down featuring Bow Wow. It's going crazy right now, but I'm getting ready to drop a single called All I Need. So just be on the tune. Look out for that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guys for having me. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Catch him in the H&M near you, getting them sweats, nigga.
No plasma needed.
No plasma needed.
That's your new next album.
And we out.
I like that.
That's your next album. Lock that up.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.